I'm Sarah, and I'm from San Francisco, California.
And I'm Sven from Groningen, the Netherlands.
Where? What?
The Netherlands.
How do you say the name?
Groningen.
I'm American, I can't say that name. But what I can say is it's good to collaborate so that you can learn how to say each other's names. And Let's Do It World is all about people working together and gaming all over the world, oddly enough using litter as the place to meet. We already have this kind of game culture where we identify where litter is in the world, which is actually pollution, and figure out how to pick it up in one day, which is already a game. So we got to thinking that maybe we should think about gaming some more and creating some actual games. One example, which is super easy that we're going to be offering to every member of every region, is the idea of the blue marble. Pretty. Clean world. The Blue Marble is an existing viral campaign that's happening, totally open source, anyone can use it, and everyone on the ground who's a team leader will get 5 of these per person that they bring in as volunteers. But those volunteers then have to have those 5 marbles and get 5 more volunteers, but they get a marble. And they'll start rolling around the world, and that's a really easy, simple game. And you can say, imagine a clean world. So that's number 1 of the gaming that we can do right away.
So the second thing we thought about was using the web mapping of the waste, which is already there in the Let's Do It movement, and make it kind of a GPS-driven game. So what we do is kind of make a treasure hunt and to let people find the waste, map it, and give them points for mapping, give them also points for cleaning up, give them points maybe for taking it back to the recycling center, and then kind of create a competition to get really the awareness for the problem. So,
So the next thing was is that we're asking everyone at the conference to think seriously about creating a game team. Now this falls into 2 categories. One is at the conference. There may be some of you who have been waiting your whole life to make games and create games and do it out of this community of already committed activists. But some of you may also know the hacking community, and we'd be very open to seeing what the hacking community would think of all of this data we have. I mean, we have content that they can use, which we've already been collecting, and it's sitting in a database ready to be used. So just think about that a little bit, that there's something existing that's pretty cool, because we think we could gamify Let's Do It World in lots and lots of different ways. And so we're going to do it in the next 1,000 days?
yeah, we're gonna do it.
We're going to do it.
So we say, let's game it.
The reason I hang them behind me is so you can zoom in and people can read it for themselves. The assignment was to make a menu so people knew what to do. The reason I can't present it is because I'm pushed around and I'm not sure whether it's a good idea. So the action is one supermarket and then leave all your packaging at the supermarket at the end of the day. And the way to do it is you tell the supermarket, you involve them, you find media coverage, you create a strong argument, you make a flyer, you find people, and then at 4 o'clock you leave your garbage there. That's what you can do if you want to do this. Then came the lawyers and the people who know about law. And they say if people will do this, they'll end up fined and they won't be helping the supermarkets nor solving any problem. And that's when I got confused. So I can't sell this problem. But I can tell people, if you want to do this, there's a couple of questions you have to answer for yourself. Sorry? First of all, the question is, do you know for certain this is what you want to do? My advice would be, shut up for a while and listen to the people you don't normally listen to. So this is a different menu. The second advice is, find a small group of very courageous people who are willing to put their reputation on the line to try it for one time. Then the third advice is, after they've done, go into the supermarket, engage with the manager there and ask him how together you can solve the bigger problem. And I think that's the only way this is going to be of use. If you only do this one disruptive thing, you will create change for a day, but you won't create long-term change. So maybe it's a bit confusing, but that's the way I think you can do this.
So let's talk about plastic pollution. Plastic is a material that never goes away. Every bit of plastic ever made is still with us on this planet. It's landfilled, it's downcycled. What we call recycling is actually downcycling, or it exists as toxic particulate matter in the air. So the greatest contributor to plastic pollution are single-use and disposable plastics. And as everyone who has ever done waste audit or collected waste, you know that this is the greatest portion of waste everywhere, in every community. What you probably don't know is what you see in your communities is in the bottom of the ocean, in the stomachs of fish, birds, and increasingly in the umbilical cords of newborn babies who are born pre-polluted with toxic chemicals leaching out of plastics. So we're here to tell you that each of us is part of the problem when we consume single-use and disposable plastics, and each of you can be, or each of us can be part of the solution. This is a campaign that we call Refuse to Use Single-Use or Disposable Plastics, or if we want to be happy and positive, we call it Choose to Reuse. The campaign is very simple. When you look at the items that are single-use or disposable, the top 10 list, comprised after 21 years of data from beach cleanups by Ocean Conservancy, lists the following several items: bags, plastic bottles, bottle caps, plastic straws, and then in a various order of priority, depending on which country you're talking to, utensils, cups, lids, plastic plates, and so on and so forth. So we're here to encourage you to look at your own consumption habits and translate this into a message to the whole community. And to do this, we can offer you spots. We can offer you celebrity statements. We can offer you some of the greatest surfers on our planet who are making statements about single-use and disposable plastics. People who actually are in the ocean and see it, just as you are in the communities and you see it. Thought leaders, athletes, musicians from around the world who all talk about saying no to single-use or disposable plastics. So there is a number of tools we can offer to this. In addition, there are pledges that can be done online, very active online community that is on Facebook that can help with social media spots and so on and so forth. Now think about it this way. If you talk to businesses in your communities who provide solutions to single-use and disposable plastic, you will be helping them grow their business. If you talk to a business that makes reusable bottles or stainless steel straws or bamboo utensils, by creating interest in sustainable alternatives to plastics, you will create new jobs and new business opportunities for these new fledgling businesses. We're creating jobs, we're creating new revenue opportunities, we're growing the economy in the right direction. So this is a very important and a very positive message. The business opportunity is a no-brainer. You can go to any hospitality and ask them to not use plastic straws and just say no to straws. There is a campaign right now that is going viral online for pubs and restaurants in the UK who participate in this, and they say that plastic straws are just passé. They're not cool and nobody should use them. So you can help them register their business in their bar and list it as a very cool place where people can go and enjoy a drink without a plastic straw. But there is more. There are countries around the world who have banned plastic bags or chosen to eliminate plastic bags from circulation through policy initiatives, through tax, or through reduction of usage by collaborating with large retailers. Tesco in the UK, Carrefour throughout the world is actually reducing their use of plastic bags. Walmart in the United States is reducing their use of plastic bags. Last but not least, what you can do is you can make yourself personally relevant as part of the solution, but you can share this experience with others. There is a whole network of schools and university campuses called plastic-free campuses that are already working to reduce their plastic footprint. And you can be part of that solution. You can start a plastic-free campus, you can go and offer them your expertise and your knowledge, and we're here to help you with a whole toolbox of solutions, outreach, and materials. Thank you.
Okay, we have a new idea for taking Let's Do It to the next level, and that is dealing with household waste. And a major part of household waste are connected with our food consumption. So we have an idea of supporting the Let's Do It activists out there with a new initiative called the Garbage-Free Gourmets. And this idea supports you to make connections and help save the planet at the same time having fun. And this is about creating dinners which you host in your house or together with friends in a public place and invite people to a dinner which is created with zero waste. And the point of this is that you host the dinner and explain how you've created this meal with zero waste, and also encourage all your guests that you invite to that dinner to do the same and repeat this and spread it virally to other people and telling about the mission of reducing our waste and having zero waste. And what we think is going to be the benefit of this is the goal of everyone changing their behavior on a daily basis to consuming products that create less waste and think more about the long-term benefits of meals that do not create waste. What the Let's Do It International Network can offer your group is the support of an international high-quality video showing examples of people enjoying meals and having a good time together and sharing the message. And at the same time, we can offer guidelines for how it is to host these meals. And finally, we can have a press kit that can help you introduce this at the local level. What's going to be required of the national groups is to try to bring some of this stuff down to your local level. So we need ways of a local guideline, how to find those products you need for that meal. And people need to know where can we source the food and drinks that we're going to serve at the meal without creating waste. And that needs to be tailored to your specific situation. We call this the treasure hunt. You go on a treasure hunt to find those ingredients that will really be able to serve where you will produce no waste. And to make this also go home in your country, we think of launching a dinner, maybe at a high-profile restaurant with celebrities and celebrity cooks, and sharing recipes of how you can offer a zero-waste meal. And that restaurant will also have a zero-waste meal. What is important here is that you decide the ambition level you want to be at your garbage-free gourmet zero-waste meal. Do you want to keep it at the highest level, which means that not only will be no waste in the bin and no food will be wasted, but in fact you'll have no recycling and you'll concentrate on locally seasonal food products. But maybe that's too much for you. Maybe it's not possible in your situation. So then you go for what we call not the golden level, but the silver level, where you will allow some amount of recycled packaging in your meal. And then there may be some difficult situations where you say it's enough with a bronze level, where we will basically be using packaged foods, but we will be seeing that everything is recycled. The important thing of the garbage-free gourmet initiative is that there's no waste in the normal bin and there's no food waste. Why would you want to do this? This is a way you can get new friends. This is also a way that you can bring in others, or parents, etc. around you. There's ways of bringing this from just the private dinner to a potluck to a neighborhood meal as well. And we'll use the social media to document it and to spread it and to tag persons and ask them to be involved in hosting meals. So I hope you will be interested in the garbage-free gourmet dinners.
The Let's Do It people have been doing a fantastic job cleaning the world. So we should continue this job now. And what is the next step? We should eliminate all the plastic bottles and we should use only the tap water. And all over the world there are very special circumstances. In Europe, in the States, in many other countries, you can have the very good tap water. And there are also standards, requirements, but going to other countries, perhaps in India, in Africa, we need to find possibilities to change the standard, to create the standards, make sure that the authorities are doing their job to provide the fresh water for people. So, we also need and to make sure that the water we are drinking from a tap is clean, it's fresh, without any chemicals and so on. And secondly, we want to market, we want to make sure that the people prefer tap water to other alternatives. And I asked my very good friend Ian to tell us a few words what can be done about it.
So imagine your country winning the World Cup. And I'm not talking about the World Cup of football, I'm talking about the World Cup of water. So we imagine having taste tests, taste competitions. In America we might call it the water throwdown. So communities competing against each other in blind taste tests to see who has the best tasting water, tap water.
Thank you very much. It tasted quite well, I must say. And what do we need to do? We must have a marketing strategy. We must have a starter kit. We must have a list of potential partners. We will do fantastic press releases. And number one is we have the price argument. If a bottle of mineral water costs €3 or $3, and a same amount of water from tap costs 0.0000 and so on, you will have a huge potential for saving money. Also, we will not find very many plastic bottles in the environment, in the cities, nor in the nature. Also for the volunteers, be an example. We try to make personalized bottles. In places where there are not normal waters, we set up tapping station with fresh water, and we say, we care. Thank you.